You can kill my father, you can kill my son, you can kill my children with a gun. You can kill my family tree. You can kill my body, baby, but you can't kill me. Apparently. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Unfortunately, nobody does know until you die. And when you do die, nobody's ever come back to say, yep, or nope. So they couldn't come back and say no, obviously, but they'd just have to come back and say, mm-hmm. But if they did that, that would kind of maybe spoil things. Maybe the magic trick would, well, it wouldn't be magic. And if it is, when you say when I say magic, I don't mean Paul Daniels and the lovely Debbie McGee. I don't mean that type of magic. I mean something supernatural. So something that we can't explain. Like the globe. You can't explain the globe. Not that would need magic to work, and not Ali Bongo magic, but supernatural magic. And we ain't seen anything supernatural. So therefore, the conclusion is the globe is bollocks. And if you're still clinging to your ball, I suggest you, well, just there's a gear lever just down here somewhere. Just push it into objective reality. Please. You will feel, well, everybody goes through it in a different way, I'm sure. But it is a bit like losing a relative, a loved one, and then realizing that loved one needed to die because they were suffering. And in our society, if your dog is in pain, you take it to the vets and he humanely puts it to sleep. But if you're a human, a person, then they will keep you alive in pain that you wouldn't, you certainly wouldn't put an animal through that kind of torture. I know there's Veritas. Is it Veritas? No, not Veritas. That's a political party, is it? I can't remember what it's called now, but it's some some Swiss organisation where you can go but it should be freely available everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Of course, I know that people would try and get rid of their elderly relatives just because they're a nuisance. I'm afraid there is that kind of mentality still. But by and large, if you are in pain and you see no reason because you've got a terminal illness, there's no reason to suffer, then there's only one way out, really. And it's the inevitable way out, but you can bring it on a bit. That's all I'm saying. You wouldn't let an animal suffer. So, ooh, hey, heavy, deep, heavy. Yeah, I watched the meetup at Glasgow, organised by Dell. He did a marvellous job of filming people as well, and some great characters there. I feel as though I know them all, really. It's strange. I'm talking about kind of deja vu or some kind of, I don't know. This is a bit supernatural, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't. I can't explain it, but I feel as though these people are my kindred spirits. And I suppose they are, because we're the ones who have actually woken up and said, hang on a bleeding minute here. What are you saying water does again? Yeah, all that. And I was reminded by their location, by their venue, that if you do go to Scotland and you're not a Scot, it's never a good idea to say that you know Ken. And if somebody asks you if you know Ken, well, it's best to say yes. It might confuse the issue a bit, but I don't know Ken anymore. I used to know him, but not anymore. I could recognise him perhaps in a crowd, but okay, yeah. Ah, dear. So it is Sunday, the 8th of April. The Chinese willow that I've planted around the place have been visited now by bees. The bees in the field, in the hive. That's such a good sign for me. That's the beginning of it for me, of the summer. And well, let's just get spring out of the way first. But so the bees have survived. They've come out and they are collecting pollen. That's my kettle. Right on cue. Hang on. So it was good to see Marshall. No, he wasn't there. I'm only joking. I don't think we'll ever see Marshall in the flesh, maybe. Oh, I don't know. That's a little bit of a unknown. But there were a lot of people there that we knew. Of course, Gav came from Germany, where he works, I think. I don't know whether he lives there even. I have no idea. But it was great to see him there. And Chris, Flatty McFlatface, Dean, if you know him, and loads of people that, even though I hadn't actually seen them before, like I say, I feel as though I've met them, or I don't know. Anyway, I won't go on about that anymore. I'm just glad that the numbers are increasing, and I'm going on about it right now more. So I lied. Yeah, I think I know I don't like to make predictions. I'm not a prophet. I've never really made a profit. Well, that's a lie as well. I have made a vast profit out of selling my house. But then, that's not my fault. That's the ridiculous boom and bust bullshit that has to stop. Something has to give. And when I say a vast profit, it was a vast profit, but it didn't amount to a great deal of money, you understand? Yeah, it's just, you can double, treble your outlay, and if your outlay is minimal, then yeah, your return isn't that great either. But at least I did make a profit, but I'm not a profit. I'm not a murderer. I could murder a cup of tea. I'm not a murderer. So I made myself a cup of tea, and I'm going to pour it right now. So things are greening up out there. Soon I'll have my cover back. Now that's very important for me because just recently I was visited by a member of the constabulary, a policeman, a police officer, we're supposed to say, aren't we now? Because there are a great deal of women in the police force and we cannot call them policemen. So we call them sir, actually, or madam, or is it ma'am? Anyway, officer will do. So I was visited by a police officer, which was a bit alarming for me, because of all the things I do, I only do one thing that's considered illegal, and it helps me get along in life. It gets me through. I've done it for many years, many years, and we all know what this is. I think it's having a toot. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Now then, I just finished my tea. Like I say, here it's breakfast, dinner, and tea. Those are the three meals of the day. And a bit of supper if you're hungry, you know, a bite of something just before you go to bed. But yeah, so I just finished my tea. I had a cup of tea, and I was having a toot, and it was very nice as well. And then I kind of looked out of the window because I must have seen some kind of movement. I'm kind of very aware of things going on out there, and so I was. My heart was in my mouth when I realised it was a police officer, and I wouldn't say I panicked. I handled it much better than I thought I would. By the time I'd got outside, got my wellies on, and got outside, he was further up there. He'd been looking in my toilet, and I realised later on what he was doing, but he was looking in my toilet. Of course, it was just the loo and some, amps and drums and stuff all stacked up. And he was coming ploddering back down the mud as I got out, and I asked him if I could help him. And he said, "Is this your property?" And I says, "Yeah." And then he said, "Is that your car?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah." And he said, "So you keep chickens?" And of course, chickens were all running around outside there. And I said, "Yeah." "You got any rare breeds?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got silkies. They're not really considered rare, I don't think, but they are a specific breed which are pure." And luckily, he was a poultry lover, so we had a bit of a conversation about that. And then he said, "Do they live in there then?" And he kind of pointed to this shed. And of course, they do actually live in here, but not in the bit where I live. And it is a bit of a cover, So I said yes. And he said, "Can I have a look in?" And I said, "Well, do you have to?" I said, "Well, I can smell cannabis." And I said, "Okay then." I wasn't going to, say no, get a warrant, because I have nothing to hide. And so he came in, and of course there were layers of smoke. It really did smell very strongly, because I've just, like I said, just put one out. And it's very nice green. It's cheese. If you know what that is, it's very, very good. It's medicinal, and it really is medicinal. And I explained to him, and he didn't need much explanation. You could see you can't really see the scar here now, but I explained to him that I had a massive head trauma a few years ago, and he didn't. He said, "I can see that," and he said, I understand what you're doing, and you just, you've got your own space here." And he said, "That's fine." And I thought, what an intelligent, sympathetic police officer. Now, I have had really good experiences with the police in the past. I've had one really bad experience, but mostly really good experiences with the police. And he didn't even, he just went through he just got my details, went through whatever they do, through the radio, the computer, and made sure everything checked out. He checked out, and he said, "There you go, I'll let you go about your business." What a great fella. So there you go. Treat them with respect, as long as you're not growing cannabis like on a farm or something like he thought maybe I was. And my time's up, so see you later.